friends, welcome back to the channel Ruchi's Teaching. This is Ruchi here. In this video I am going to explain basics of C language. This is also, it's a part of introduction only, introduction of C language only. So in this I am going to explain basics. Basics of C language. Basics is nothing but some keywords. Basics are nothing but some keywords. Mostly you know all these things, but I have to explain in this introduction, right? Okay. Now, when you go for the basics, first term, whatever it may be, whether it is a C language, whether it is a C++, Java, or whatever it is, any programming language or anything else, basic word comes is computer. Okay. Now, this computer, when you think of a computer, each and every person gets a word in their mind is, it's an electronic device, right? Electronic device. Now, this computer is, I will say that it is divided into two parts. Computer means it's a comprising of two parts, or it is a combination of two parts. Whatever, how you feel, you take it like that. I will say that it's a combination of two parts, right? Now, what are the two parts? You might all know that is hardware and one is software, right? Everyone knows hardware and everyone knows software. Now, but I will tell you that hardware. What is hardware? It's a physical part of a computer which is touchable, right? For example, keyboard, mouse, and CPU, the parts of the CPU, many are there like this, right? All these comes under physical. Now, what physical part is what? The thing which you touch is called the physical part, and that is nothing but, in our computer terminology, most precisely I would say that it is a, these are the terminology of the computer. Hardware is the physical part of the computer where you have all these things. Now coming to software. Now, mostly everything is dependent on this. Our computer works only on the software. Though you have computer like CPU, monitor, keyboard, everything, but without this software, it's a dummy machine, right? Now, this and plus user also should be there here, right? Now, software is a, what is it? Software is a set of programs here. Now, I am saying that software is the set of programs. Now, what is a program? A program is a set of instructions, right, with which we can solve the problem, right? We can solve the problem. A set of programs is nothing but, it's a software. Program is nothing but, it is a set of instructions with which we can solve the problem. Okay, this is about the software. For example, software examples are, I will tell that Tally. What is Tally? Tally is there is a software where this is used for what purpose? for doing, sorry, for doing accounts, calculations, right? Calculations, all those things are used, done with the Tally software. Next, one more software is Oracle. With this software, you will be doing or creating databases. What is a database? Database is the place where you will store the data. Till now you think that only. After in my upcoming videos, I'll be doing the databases also. In that I will explain. Okay, you create, for creating databases, Oracle is there, SQL is there. So all these things will come under software. Okay. So under computer terminology, you have two things, two parts, hardware and software. Hardware is the touchable part and software is the non-touchable part. Okay, non-touchable, which cannot be seen. It is fed to the computer with the instructions. Okay, here I am discussing about the computer world. In this computer world, I said you have software. So in this software, there are two types of softwares: system software and application software. System software is nothing but it has to be installed. Okay, it has to be, installation is compulsory, installed. Without installation, it will not work. Okay, and here, for example, I will take the operating system, because any system without operating system, it's a dummy machine. It will not work. So in this operating system acts like a heart for the system. Okay. Now under application software, this is a software where it is used for specific purpose. Okay. Used for specific purpose. Specific purpose. For example, I will tell that Tally. Tally is the software, application software, which is used to the calculations and accounts. Right? Now, second one is Oracle. Now, this Oracle is used to create the databases. Right? This is the application software, right? Okay, now I will be discussing about the operating system. Now, operating system. Now, what is an operating system? It is a collection of programs. It is a software. It is a software. First of all, I will say that it is a software. Right? What is a software? Software is a collection of programs. That means many programs have been written. Many programs have been written by using different high level languages, and those programs have been joined or assembled together to create one operating system. Like that, C language is used for creating Linux operating system. In the same way, Windows and Macintosh. So now this operating system acts as interface. Already I have discussed about this term interface in my last video, that is second introduction part 2 video. I have explained interface about that. So this acts as an interface between what? User and the system. Right? Between the user and the system. For example, I will tell you. Now already I have explained this, but still in a few seconds I will take to explain this. One person is there, other person is there. He knows English, he knows Telugu. So what's happening here? This person wants to talk to this person and this person wants to talk to this person. What's happening? He know English, he doesn't know English. He know Telugu, he doesn't know Telugu. So what's happening? He cannot understand what he's talking, he cannot understand what he's talking. So at that time, these two persons should have one more person where he should know both English and as well as Telugu. So what this person will do, whatever this person says, he will take those language, he will understand, he will convert into Telugu and he will give the result or explain him in Telugu. Again what happens, whatever he says, this person will take this Telugu language and he will convert it to English and he will convey to this person. So what's happening in the middle, he is acting as an interface. So how this is happening and how this is taking place between two persons in the same way between a person and a computer. Now this person, he is writing programs. He is writing programs or any programming language he is using and he is feeding to the computer. So what is happening here? Program will be in which language? High level language. What is high level language? High level language will be in English. So will the system understands English? Already I said it will not understand. So what happens? In between these two there will be one interface which is called operating system. In this operating system only compilers will be there, right? So this operating system which acts as the interface converts this high level language to the low level language which is called object code and which gives or feds to the computer, then it will give the output. After understanding that object code, it will give the output. So this is the way how interface acts, right? So I think you have understood. Operating system is a collection of the programs. It's a software and it's which is called as collection of programs. So it also acts as an interface between the user and the system. Now I will explain you translating programs. All these are terminologies or basics of the computer or basics of the C language, right? Okay, next there are translating programs. Now already one translator will be, I have explained about one translator in the C program. That is, first one is compiler. This is one of the translating program. It's a compiler. Second one is interpreter, and third one is assembler. Right, now already I have explained about compiler. Once again I will just give a brief introduction, like brief explanation on it. Now compiler, this one will converts the source code into the object code. So here it is acting like a translating program or a translator. So what is it? How it is doing? It is converting source code to the object code, and this does a work called checking of the program. First page it will check and it will convert the source code into the binary code. So that means after first page it goes to the second page. Like that it will do. So the compiler's work is page by page. Right? Page by page this work is done. Understood? Page by page this work is done, right? And interpreter, this is also a translating program which does a work called line by line, the checking of the errors. What it is doing, it is checking of the interpreter will check the errors. Okay, interpreter will check the errors. What are the errors? Errors are the mistakes which we did during writing the programs. If you have not given comma or full stop or any key term, if you have forgot, it will give out the mistake or it will show the mistake in the form of the errors. That work is done by this translating program called interpreter. Next is the assembler. Now assembler is the one of the translating program which converts assembly language into the machine code. Actually this assembly language is the language used in first generation of computers. Okay, at that moment when the computers have been evolved, like when the computers have been invented, at that moment, in that generation, in first generation of computers, they used to use assembly language. The assembly language is converted into the machine code in that particular system. So now assembly language is converted to the machine code by a translating program called assembler. Okay, understood? Regarding this assembly language, I will explain you in the generation of computers. Okay, so understood? There are the three translating programs which are called compiler, interpreter, assembler. Compiler will convert the source code into the object code, and it will check the pages by one page. And interpreter is also a translating program which check the errors by line, right? And assembler is also a translating program which converts the assembly language into the machine code. Machine code will be in zeros and ones. Okay. Now I will be discussing about the computer languages. Like computer languages. What are the computer languages? Already we have done with language, computer language, high level language, low level language. But I am going into the past generations and I am explaining now. Before you enter into the C language, you should know all these things. Then only you can understand C programs. While working on the C programs, it will be easy for you to understand if you know all these things. Okay. Now computer languages. Under computer languages, there are first, I will tell you, I will take three generations. I will take three generations. First generation, second generation, and third generation. Now we are in this, right? In computer terminology I am telling. Okay. Now what happened for the computers in first generation? Now in first generation, they scientists have invented one language. When they have invented computers, the first language which has been invented by the scientist for the computer is machine language. Like, okay, machine language. So what do you think, how will be the machine language? It will be the instructions in the machine language. The instructions, now we are writing the instructions in English, but at that moment in the first generation of computers, the instructions have been given in zeros and ones. Instructions have been given in zeros and ones, right? They have only, what happened, scientists, they have created their own language. Like they, whatever, suppose C, we will write a C program in English. Now this program is directly given to the computer. Now computer, what it is doing, it is converting the compilers or the translating programs which are present in the operating system are changing or converting that source code into the object code, and it is that object code is given to the computer for understanding. But at that moment, what scientists doesn't know all these things. So what they did, they have written the source code and they have only changed it into the zeros and ones, which is called object code. And what they did, all these things they have done with punch card systems. They have used some other machines like punch cards, and they have changed the source code into the object code, right? Now this object code directly they used to fed to the computer. So what it is happening, Directly the computer is giving again answer in zeros and ones. Then these scientists used to change the zeros and ones and they used to use the answer or output. So that was very toughest job for computers at that moment. So this is very tough. I will say that this is very tough and hard to work on it. Oh, so after seeing this, so in second generation, sometimes scientists, they have worked on and they have created a second generation of computers. Here they have created one language called assembly language. Assembly language. So this assembly language, in this assembly language they directly not used zeros and ones, but they have used instructions in the form of mnemonic words. They have called their words as mnemonic words. So these mnemonic words are nothing but, for example, I will write some mnemonic words like add, division, div, sub, mul, if. These type of words they used to use here. But still this is very hard to understand and very hard to solve the errors. So what they did, and here one more thing, this assembly language, will it easy to understand? No. So what they did, this assembly, we can understand properly. What is add, I know, you know, but will the system know? No. So what they have did for this assembly language, they have created one assembler. Again here they have created an assembler which is called a translating program, where assembly language is converted to machine code or machine language. Machine language will be in zeros and ones. So whatever source code using this add, division, sub, mul words, those words, the source code, that source code which is called assembly, which is in assembly language, this language is converted to the machine code with the translating program called assembler here. Okay. So with this they have worked for many years. After that they have created high level languages, in the third generation. Okay. This high level language, I am writing high level language HLL. So these high level languages are written in normal English, right? So you people, you, everybody can understand this English language properly, and they have used words in English, key terms in English, and as well as they have used digits in the sense 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, so on. Okay. So in this way they have used the high level. Now here till in third generation, what is happening? They are writing the programs in English. Will the computer understand? No. So what's happening here? This high level language should be converted to low level language. Now you know what is low level language and what is high level language. High level language will be in the source code and low level language will be in the object code. So here what is happening, compilers have been created in the operating system, in the languages operating system, to convert high level language to the low level language. So here also they are using one translating program which is called as compiler, right? So computer language has been divided into 3 languages. First generation they have used machine language, second generation assembly language, and third generation high level languages which are converted into the low level languages with the compilers.